The TV1 News is proudly brought to you by
Hello, I'm Rex Lita with Monday's News. Thanks for joining us.
In this edition, anti-money laundering sets report, Governor Sia calls for unity, and Fiji men and women claim title.
The National Weather Office has issued a tropical cyclone warning of Cyclone Miler Category 3 for the Milne Bay province, especially the coastal and island communities of Woodlark, Sudest, Missima, Roseau Islands, and including Bougainville. Locals are being advised to move away from the edge of the sea and seek higher grounds until threats of cyclone passes. According to the National Weather Office, Tropical Cyclone Miler will cause very heavy rain and flooding, storm surge, coastal inundation, gale force winds, and storm force winds. Tropical Cyclone Miler Category 3 is about 210 kilometers north of Roseau, 220 kilometers northeast of Missima, and 160 kilometers east of Woodlark Island. A team from the West New Britain Provincial Disaster Team has been dispatched to Biala to assess the flooding in the area after the continuous rainfall. Provincial Disaster Coordinator Clement Bailey said the situation is alarming and they are using what little resources they have to get updates from various locations in the province. Bailey emphasized that communication is the biggest challenge in getting information on the ground.
A team from the West New Britain Provincial Disaster has been sent to Biala to assess flooding caused by continuous rainfall. Provincial Disaster Coordinator Clement Bailey confirmed that the conditions are alarming and that the team is working with limited resources to get situation reports from various locations across the province. Bailey stressed that communication is the biggest challenge that's hindering efforts to obtain timely information on the impact of the floods. He said the team is working diligently to ensure a thorough assessment of the situation to facilitate an effective response. Bailey has issued a warning to locals living close to rivers to move as far away as possible because the continuous rainfall could cause the river to swell and burst. Speaking from Kimbe, Bailey confirmed that some parts of Biala are flooded and the disaster team is currently monitoring the situation there. He also confirmed that Tiauru has burst its banks and there have been stream surges in the islands of Kove, Vailbaya, Noau, and Aopul and Apupul have reported floodings. He stressed that small boats must not travel at this time and for everyone to take precaution. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
The National Coordinating Committee on Anti-Money Laundering and Counter-Terrorism Financing will be providing its first progress update to the Financial Action Task Forces in September 2026 in accordance with FATF reporting cycles.
While the Financial Action Task Force's process follows set cycles, Papua New Guinea's objective is to demonstrate significant progress that the country can move towards removal from increased monitoring within or ahead of the action plans established deadlines. Dr. Eric Kwa, Secretary of the Department of Justice and Attorney General and NCC co-chair, emphasized that strengthening coordination across all NCC agencies remains central to the process. In January, the National Coordinating Committee on AML-CFT agreed to an action plan with the FATF containing 18 milestones PNG must meet to come off the grey list. Meeting these milestones will demonstrate a minimum standard, but they will not resolve every deficiency. It is, however, an important starting point, and the 23 government agencies represented on the NCC are working hard to deliver on these reforms. Recent asset freezes and arrests reflect strengthened NCC agency collaboration, including through the AERO, Asset Restraint and Recovery Working Group, referral pathway, and demonstrate a shift towards more coordinated operational outcomes. PNG was previously grey-listed in 2014 and removed in 2016. However, the 2023 and 2024 assessment held a higher hurdle, requiring proof of effective implementation rather than just passing legislations. Freddie Moe, TV1 News.
The Eastern Highlands Governor Simon Sia is calling on all 8 open members of Parliament to work with his office to deliver services to rural communities. His appeal comes as he opened a new footbridge in Okapa, where he also witnessed firsthand the poor state of local roads.
Eastern Highlands Governor Simon Sia is calling for the 8 open MPs to work together with the office of the governor. He first made the call at the official opening of a 14-meter footbridge at Yagusa in Ward 19 of East Okapa LLG. He questioned the use of district services improvement program funds by local MPs, saying the poor state of roads from Yasubi Junction to Yagusa reflects a lack of effective district governance. Governor Sia assured residents of Yagusa Ward 9, 10 and 11 that after the Easter weekend, a special team will mobilize heavy equipment to begin roadwork this month. He added that the provincial government has acquired a new fleet of machinery which will commence operations in Okapa before moving into other districts. Governor Sia was accompanied by Deputy Governor Kenia Kakavu, technical staff from the provincial headquarters, and media personnel who traveled through Kamata and Yasubi villages to witness the condition. The governor emphasized that cooperation between provincial and district leaders is crucial to ensure services reach rural communities during these difficult times. Joanna Pile, TV1 News.
This is TV1 News. We'll bring you the day's other stories. When we come back, stay with us.
Banking doesn't have to be complicated. With PSB's One Talk Wallet, control your money wherever, whenever. Dial *131#, enter your PIN, select cash in or out, and generate a secure code to withdraw cash. It's the only wallet for cardless ATM withdrawals. Send and receive funds, pay for goods and bills, or withdraw cash with ease. All with PSB's One Talk Wallet. PSB's One Talk Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# today.
When you're all in, anything can happen. Grab a Coca-Cola and enjoy the moment.
A true champion is measured by their courage, their determination, and their passion to never give up and to always keep trying. With a delicious Milo in milk taste and added nutrients, Milo in milk is a great way to fuel our little champions with nourishing energy every day. Because true champions give it their all.
Milo, PNG and Mia. Buying PNG made.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Okay, car, don't hurt me.
The new season of Roadkill takes a new spin on things.
Never done a donut in a limo before?
Wow, you could spend all day just looking at this stuff.
Oh, you're not kidding. Look at that, hanging it out there. We got nitrous. Sketchy.
It's so ridiculous.
Roadkill starts tonight 8:30 on Turbo.
It's the old rivalry on a night that mightn't be like any other. Enjoy. Blink and you miss him. For the corner, Johnston for history. 2:13. Alex Johnston has done it. He represents Papua New Guinea.
Thanks for staying with us. On Easter Sunday, the Universal Church gathered in Port Moresby to celebrate the resurrection of Jesus Christ. Bishop Jonathan Pine led the service, calling on believers to surrender their lives to God and embrace forgiveness, renewal, and family unity.
The theme of Sunday's Easter service at the Universal Church was surrender and transformation. Bishop Jonathan Pine urged believers to lay down their past, present, and future at the foot of the cross.
My life, my past, my present, my future, my dreams, I surrender to you.
Members echoed his message with testimonies of faith.
So forgiveness among families, forgiveness among friends, forgiveness among people that you live with, maybe your neighbors that you have grudges along with, those will all add up to peace in your life.
For the youth, Easter was about family.
I learned how to be a youth that can make the difference in my family, and you and your family will be saved through the transformation they will see in your life.
Fathers reflected on their role as spiritual leaders.
Thank God for the changes that He has done in my life, and I'm happy with my two daughters. Even I lost my wife, but I'm still in the presence of the Lord, seeking His presence every time and then, knowing that one day Jonathan make things possible for me to start trusting.
From youth to elders, Sunday's Easter service united voices of faith, forgiveness, and renewal, reminding us all that Easter is a time of transformation and peace. Joanna Pile, TVWAN News.
The Evangelical Lutheran Church of Papua New Guinea's new Education Secretary will look at reviving the church's respective education boards. Kit Jiram, a senior education officer who has held various senior roles with the Morobe Provincial Administration, is on a 3-year appointment. When welcoming his appointment early this year, ELC PNG General Secretary Bernard Kaisom said the new Education Secretary will look at reviving the District Lutheran Education Board and National Lutheran Education Board. The Oak Teddy Development Foundation has renewed its partnership with the Papua New Guinea University of Technology in Lae. reaffirming its role as a distance and open learning education service provider for communities in mine-impacted communities and across Western Province. Speaking at the signing on Thursday, April 2nd, 2026, at the PNG UOT Council Chamber, representatives from both institutions highlighted the importance of education as a catalyst for sustainable development.
Professor Ora Renagi, the Vice-Chancellor of the Papua New Guinea University of Technology, in his welcome remarks, says the renewed agreement signed with PNG Unitech's DODL department strengthens a long-standing collaboration aimed at expanding access to quality tertiary education for students who are unable to pursue on-campus studies. He said through this partnership, learners in remote and rural areas of Western Province will continue to benefit from flexible technology-supported learning opportunities delivered closer to home. Professor Renagi says students need the right opportunities to reach their full potential. He added that the partnership should go beyond distance learning, allowing students who improve their results to pursue further studies with increased scholarship support from partners and companies to study at PNG UOT. According to the acting OTDF CEO Andrew Balelemari, under the renewed arrangement, OTDF will support the coordination and delivery of Unitech's accredited DODL programs, including academic administration, student support services, tutorial coordination, and learning facilities. The partnership also reinforces joint commitments to quality assurance, academic integrity, and continuous improvement in distance education delivery. Freddie Mo, TVWAN News.
We apologize that BSP is unable to provide the report today as they are closed for the holiday, but we will bring you the report tomorrow. Stay tuned. TVWAN News continues after these short messages.
For too long, banking has felt out of reach for many. But now, BSP's One-Took Wallet is here to change that. Send and receive money, pay bills, and top up. It's your money, wherever, whenever. Because at BSP, we are committed to improving how our customers connect to our One-Talks, to our family, to the ones we love. BSP's One-Took Wallet. Money made easy. Dial *131# for everyone.
The PNG LNG project has now generated more than 30 billion kina for Papua New Guinea since production commenced. Nearly half of this amount has been paid as tax. Equity distributions are paid to KPHL and MRDC based on the interest they hold. Tax is paid to the IRC, while development levies and royalties are paid to DPE.
Show the dishes who's boss. Fight mess with Axion, the tough grease stripper. 100% effective at doing the dirty work. The triple active power breaks down tough grease, and its antibacterial formula leaves dishes squeaky clean. Get tough on grease. Get Axion.
You sabi to awesome condom and one way where you can abuse him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right way. Stop safe na look out him you yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you no save long HIV status long partner blog you, or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborus him sick HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banis him you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Ready for the world, so is your Visa Visa card. Visa keeps you moving wherever you go, Papua New Guinea or abroad. Seamlessly pay for travel, dining, online shopping. Easily access your funds and instantly track your expenses. Every tap comes with security, trust, and peace of mind. Unlock the world of possibilities. And it all starts with the new Visa Visa card.
not just a sport, it's a way of life.
Really good with ball in hand and will score under the post.
Charging down the field, stopped by Maka. How about that for defending? McCarthy Black takes them all on the outside and he's gotten away initially.
And now Faith Nathan slices between the New Zealand defenders.
And they're almost the way they are, Fiji.
They're going to get the opener in the second half. One line break is enough. They live and breathe this game.
Welcome back. In news overseas, 30 passengers have reportedly been rescued after a cruise ship ran around on a reef near the island where the film Coast Away was shot. The Blue Lagoon Cruises vessel Fiji Princess hit a reef near Monuriki Island on Saturday while on a 7-day cruise, the Fiji Broadcasting Corporation reported. A government spokesperson said the cruise operator transported all the passengers back to Port Denarau, located in the Nadi area on Fiji's main island, Viti Levu. Churches were filled across Queensland with thousands attending services to mark Easter Sunday. Many Christian leaders used this year's message to reflect on hope during times of uncertainty.
As the sun rose on Easter Sunday, hundreds were already singing at a Salvation Army service on Castle Hill in North Queensland.
Watching the sun come over, as you say, He is risen, is one of those moments in my walk where it actually makes it feel real.
For 6 decades, they've been meeting here to mark one of the most holy days on the Christian calendar. In the state's capital, St John's Anglican Cathedral was full. Queensland's governor attending the service, reading a Bible verse.
Hear the word of the Lord. Thanks be to God.
The Anglican Archbishop of Brisbane sharing a message of hope.
I think even though there's war happening in all sorts of parts of the world, I think people here at home are feeling that the heaviness of things at the moment.
That weight also being felt at the IC Church, which has had a surge in followers this year.
People may have not been to church for many years, have come back to church, and a lot of young people and young families are seeking out faith for the first time.
Little ones scrambled to find 10,000 eggs hidden in Brisbane's largest Easter egg hunt. Some harder to find than others.
Oh, you got one!
But everyone left with more than enough.
Australia's Foreign Minister Penny Wong says Australia is exploring how it can help protect Pacific nations from global oil shocks caused by the war in Iran, with officials warning the conflict could spark a regional economic crisis with catastrophic impacts. Pacific nations are not yet suffering large-scale petrol shortages, but are already starting to grapple with the economic impacts of the war, with fuel prices hikes threatening to drive up inflation. And the situation could get vastly worse if there are further major disruptions to global shipping or if fuel stops flowing to the Pacific, which remains heavily reliant on imported diesel and food. Australia has not committed to spending fuel to the Pacific, but says its neighbours will not be left behind. The New South Wales government is ramping up efforts to make sure petrol stations are transparent with fuel prices. The government is injecting over $2 million into Fuel Check website and app to help motorists get the best price.
New South Wales are being urged to dob in petrol stations for misleading prices as a state government crackdown sees almost 100 petrol stations across New South Wales issued penalty notices. New South Wales fair trading officers carried out inspections across 1,800 of the 2,400 service stations across New South Wales in the last week to ensure providers were not engaging in misleading pricing and to combat suspected price exploitation following the fuel excise cuts. During the Blitz, there were 93 penalty notices issued, with at least 24 fines supported by consumer reports. Most penalties were related to prices at the Bowser, differing from those listed on the New South Wales Fuel Check app, a tool that tracks petrol prices in real time. Penalties for those who were found to have fallen foul include $1,000 on-the-spot fines, $22,000 fines for an individual, and up to $110,000 for a corporation. The government says motorists will now be deputised and given powers to report service stations that advertise misleading fuel prices via the Fuel Check app and website. Users of the Fuel Check app have jumped from around 10,000 daily users to 500,000 daily users by late March, with motorists scrambling to find the cheapest fuel. The government will be injecting an extra $2.2 million into the app and its website to help broaden its ability to collect more data. While around 75% of all service stations in New South Wales were checked by fair trading officers by the beginning of April, petrol station owners say they're losing money, not making it, over fuel price rises. At the same time, the union, who are responsible for service station workers, say they've seen a spike in abuse by customers since fuel prices began to rise.
Fuel will continue to flow from Japan into Australia under assurance given during recent talks between the two countries. It comes as Japan's Prime Minister Sanae Takaichi plans a trip to Australia to discuss conditions in the Strait of Hormuz, as well as rare earth minerals, according to reports by Japanese media. That visit would come as the region's leaders work to shore up fuel security and supply network. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese has not confirmed the visit. Assistant Trade and Foreign Minister Matt Whittleswaite confirmed earlier that he had been in conversation with a Japanese counterpart about fuel in recent days. Loneliness and social isolation are recognized as major public health issues, affecting 1 in 3 Australians. But in Queensland, a weekly cooking group has, for decades, been helping those living alone connect with others through the universal language of food.
I mean, it obviously meets a physical need of being fed, but it's so much more, because for many people that's their love language, that's their way of connecting with family and community. The volunteers who kind of support it outside of the actual day make sure the ingredients are there, and then everyone gets together.
I came over here with 3 kids and a husband. My husband died 40 years ago. And I've been on my own since. No, I haven't been for a family for a long time. When I was working, I didn't come as often. But when I retired, I started coming back down again. And I think it's the best thing ever. I come here 3 times a week.
More than 35 years, I was Buddhist nun in Laos. And one day, the soldier wanted to put me in prison. And I escaped. I came here, and I would like to thank you, the Australian give me free in this country, and I thank you for this community.
I can throw it back. Yeah. Don't forget, we are a bit scared coming out on our own. You know, the women especially. We don't like walking just on your own. If you can just do that, take that first step to come, it will be absolutely good. And all the girls will just welcome you and they'll help you out. I'm coming to lunch here.
And that ends the news segment. Later in sports, Garuka to host Highlands Kickboxing Championship and Devo Babas retain title.
Max Noodles. Tastier, but you like him more.
Start your day by doing the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate. Wake up. Brush your teeth. And smile. Smile throughout your day with Colgate.
Use Savetu Awesome Condom and Wambla way where you can abrusim Sikh HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancy. Tingim, use him condom long right plaway. Stop safe na look out him yet. Use him condom all get a time. Suppose you know save long HIV status long partner blog you or suppose you got plenty partner. Use him condom good all get a time. Long haborusim Sikh HIV, STI na unplanned pregnancies. Use him condom banisim you yet na future blog you. This platok save ikam long National AIDS Council Secretariat.
Always on WhatsApp? Then this is your style of banking with TISA. Check your account balance or even chat with a TISA bank agent. Get started today by following these simple steps. 1. Save TISA Bank's official WhatsApp number in your phone. 2. Open WhatsApp and send a simple hi. 3. Follow the menu to start banking. It's that easy. TISA Bank. Banking on change.
She tried to run, so I shot her. Just calm down, please.
How can I if we're talking about Christy?
Get the boat going!
Where is my daughter? Where is Christy? Where's your wedding ring?
You refuse to give in to our requests. We are going to kill all the hostages.
You're hiding something. Christy is alive. Mom. They thought you were dead.
I'm not so confused.
You chose to get married.
My Husband's Wife season premiere Monday, 13th April on TVWAN+.
Eman got ground. Tere sera uraya nare. Maskin nuin al nos by kari miumigo. To find ya. Nana one merry below mountain fire. Mini tu. Nave. Matanga galore. I'm on one. Feeling like. I will emege duga.
In sports, the Papua New Guinea Kickboxing Federation is gearing up for one of its biggest events of the year. The Highlands Region Kickboxing Championship will be hosted in Goroka this weekend.
Kickboxers from Western East Sepik, Medeng Morobe Simbu Jiwaka Western Highlands, Enga Southern Highlands, Hela and host Eastern Highlands will converge in Goroka this weekend for the Highlands Regional Kickboxing Championships. Eastern Highlands Kickboxing Association President Kaupa Omena says this is one of the biggest fights ever hosted in the province. He confirmed that both male and female fighters will compete across various divisions with elimination rounds leading to quarterfinals and semi-finals. A total of 100,000 kina in cash prizes is up for grabs.
Devo Babas lo host one play event here in Highlands where PNG Kickboxing Federation and Babas na running this live event. This live event I play calling was a big play event where elimination rounds where we play about in semi-finals, na quarterfinals, na finals. Na more boys provide lo 100,000 cash money giveaway.
PNG Kickboxing President Stanley Nandex will also attend to overseas selections and announce the international fighters. Omena has appealed to Goroka residents and families to attend, calling it a family show, and he thanks sponsors including the National Youth Commission and SP Brewery for their support.
Sambla friends, family, want to you step around Western Islands na you know what time was the time and you can come around. Spending weekend blue one time pla. When you am YC, kids will buy some tricky nata solo gate.
Port Moresby will host the Southern Regional Championship the following day, April 12, 2026, with winners progressing through knockout rounds in Goroka and Port Moresby before the grand finals. Susan Oreape, TV1 Sports.
The NRL continues to expand social impact programs across the Pacific in the Power of Rugby League to affiliate positive change. The organization is marking more than a decade of of community engagement in the Pacific to celebrate the International Day of Sport for Development and Peace on April 6th. The impact has been felt throughout PNG, Fiji, Samoa and Tonga with programs delivering education, leadership, development, community safety and participation opportunities. Social impact programs include the Voice Against Violence, League for Life and gender equality initiatives. This is NRL's partnership with DFAT under the Pacific All Sports program. Defending champions Devo Babas of Fiji successfully retained the New Power Sports Talk Sevens Cup. The visiting champions defeated former champions PC Ravens of Lae 20-12 in front of a packed Lloyd Robson stand at the Santos National Football Stadium yesterday. It was a double scoop for Fiji after the women's team also won in the Women's Challenge. The Fijians set the tone early using click handling and sharp.
Premiers were a class above their PNG opponents throughout the pool matches. Babas said their work cut out for them in the Cup semi-final playoff against former team Mantis, but prevailed, setting the Cup playoff with 2 times Sports Talk Sevens champions PC Ravens. The Fijians set the tone early using their slick handling and sharp footwork to score back-to-back tries down the Ravens' left edge and led 10-0. Ravens showed resilience, tightening their defense and forcing several crucial turnovers inside their 22. Their persistence paid off with a try in the left corner to cut the deficit down to 10-5, but Fiji responded before halftime to take a 15-5 lead into the break. Ravens began their second half strongly, capitalizing on a rare lapse in the Fijian defense to reduce the margin to 15-12. Lae continued to compete fiercely, winning collisions and creating opportunities, but they could not convert enough chances. Devo Babas dug deep and with typical Fijian sevens flair, crossed for the match-winning try to seal the deal 22-12 at full time. The Babas received the cup and 30,000 kina prize money, while runners-up PC Ravens took home 20,000 kina. Winning captain Kilione Nasoko was grateful for the opportunity to come back to PNG and defend the cup. He said they were expecting a tough tournament this year, but all honor and glory to God for giving them the strength and talent.
It was a tough starting, but we managed to do our skills and all, so we control our energy and all for this tournament.
Nasoko said this is a new team with only 2 boys from last year coming back, so it's a new whole experience for the team.
We brought only 2 boys now left who came last year, Eddie Galimbau and Samson Sandoli.
Terry Longboat, TV1 Sports.
Former Fijiana Sevens captain Rusila Nagasau led the Tago Mausia Randi women's side to victory at this year's Sports Talk Sevens, adding flair and settling a high standard in the tournament. The Fiji women's team etched their name on the Sports Talk Sevens history book.
The Fijian women went toe-to-toe with Moresby Silver's Sirens, both sides nearly undefeated throughout the first 2 days of the round-robin stage, building to a packed grand final at the Lloyd Robson stands and affairs on Sunday. The Tago Motia Randy team, mostly players in the mid-20s, were bigger and faster and took advantage early to post the first points. The Silver Sirens, made up of PNG Sevens reps and seasoned 15 players from the Mosby competition showed a lot of heart to regroup and fought back for a well-worked try. But the Fijians scored again and held on until full time to claim the cup. This is the first time a female team from outside PNG has won the Sports Talk Sevens title. After the victory, Captain Rusila Nagasau thanked major sponsor New Power and other sporting sponsors for bringing the team to the Sports Talk Sevens.
It was a good game against the opponent team, and we really fought inside the field. We gave in 100% effort and everything we had to do in terms of it. We went to some international tournaments last year in Australia, and this is our first time in PNG. It's a nice experience, and I hope we're going to come again next year.
PNG International and Silver Sirens captain Barbara Sigere said she was excited for playing sevens again. PNG International and Silver Sirens captain Barbara Sigere said she was excited to be playing sevens again and praised her teammates for rising to the challenge.
To have the competition bring the Fijians to the local competition, and to have the girls that who play locally to actually get a feel of what it's like to play against the best in the world, I think that's a really, really good thing about this competition. Just our girls in the local level to be able to experience that competition that normally just the international girls would be able to play. So this was a really good opportunity, not just for my team, but I guess just for every other teams that showed up here.
Sigere also thanked Sports Talk Sevens organizers and the sponsors for keeping rugby alive while the national body, PNGRU, remains suspended.
Being suspended internationally is really a slap in our face, but to have Sports Talk, we're very grateful that this competition is able to bring, the international level, Fijian Rugby Sevens, the most competitive in the Pacific, to be able to bring them over into the country and have us compete at a local level. I think it's really, really important, and not just the Silver Sirens, but all the other teams. We are really grateful for that.
She said the visit of the Fijian teams provides a yardstick to measure where PNG players stand in international competitions. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The Canberra Raiders season has slumped even further, with the 2025 minor premiers losing their fourth match in a row, thumbed 32 points to 12 by high-fly Newcastle Knights. Ricky Stewart's side lost just 5 regular season games en route to the minor premiership in 2025, and did not suffer their fourth loss until round 20.
There, Young's got him. No, he hasn't. Hunt comes up with the ball. The boy from Warren is off again to the boy from Huddersfield. It's Dominic Young. Look at him go! Look at the Knights fans!
Now they have begun 2026 with 1 win out of 4 matches and are in the bottom 3. Meanwhile, last year's wooden spooners, the Knights, have continued to thrive in the Justin Holbrook era, bringing their early season record to 4 wins to 1 loss, and claiming second spot on the ladder. With Sunday's win at the packed McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle, the Knights have equalled their best start after 2 rounds since 2015 and snapped a 7-game losing streak at home. Dane Gegai and Tyson Fiesel turned back the clock. Sheldon Smith controlled the game with class, and wingers Dom Young and Greg Maju both crossed for doubles. Canberra was first on the scoreboard after 10 minutes.
Middle, this amazing talent is back. He's had a quiet start to the year, but Strange is elite, and he shows...
When Simi Sasaki finished a slashing midfield break by Ethan Strange, Maju returned serve later in the half before Fletcher Sharp put the home side in front when Raiders duo Xavier Savage and Kyle Weeks failed to defuse a bomb. At the break it was close 10-6. The second half did not begin well for the visitors as the Knights ran riot over Raiders to end the match with a 32-12 scoreline. Terry Longwood, TV1 Sports.
The 38th Australian Sikh Games have wrapped up in Melbourne, with thousands of competitors and spectators coming from across the country and overseas. Organisers say the Games are about more than sport. helping to preserve and share Sikh culture, identity and religion.
High energy and played at close range. Kabaddi has been popular in South Asia for thousands of years, but it's not often seen on this scale in suburban Melbourne.
There's raiders. The whole job is to touch one of the juffies, right, without getting tackled to the floor and making it back within 30 seconds.
Mix of British Bulldogs and wrestling, so it's a really fun to watch.
Kabaddi is one of 17 traditional Indian and other sports played at the Australian Sikh Games, held every year in capital cities and regional centres around Australia. The volunteer-run event is hugely popular, this year's Games in Melbourne drawing record crowds.
It's an amateur competition, but the standard of the competition is really great. So we've got players that do play at a state and national level.
The competition is fierce, but it's not just about the sport. The Games are an important time for community and culture.
I think it's amazing to see that, you know, when you live in little suburbs, you don't know that how much community is in Australia.
I think it's important for young kids like ourselves and teenagers to carry on tradition and understand more about our culture.
It's just everyone watches you and they're like, wow.
And it will all happen again next year in Perth.
And now the weather forecast.
In regional forecast, southern Port Moresby, cloudy periods with showers and possible thunderstorms. Popondetta, cloudy periods with showers and thunderstorms. Momase, Ley, cloudy periods with some rain showers, possible thunderstorms. Vanimo, mostly fine. New Guinea Islands, Kokopo Rabaul, cloudy periods with some rain showers. Kimbe, cloudy with periods of rain showers and thunderstorms. And Highlands region, Goroka, Kundiawa, Bands, Mendi, Tari and Wabek, cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Ocean forecast for PNG areas for the next 24 hours. Coral Sea, seas slight to moderate with southeast winds 10 to 20 knots. Solomon Sea, seas rough to very rough with southwest to northwest winds of 25 to 33 knots, reaching 34 to 47 knots. Bismarck Sea, seas rough to very rough along eastern sector with northwest winds of 25 to 33 knots, reaching 34 to 47 knots. Pacific Ocean, seas moderate to rough with westerly to northwest winds of 20 to 33 knots. And coastal waters forecast. Waters of southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru to Kiwai Island, Kerama Yule Island would point to Samarai Island. Seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters, rising to 2 meters along the southern PNG Indonesian border to Daru. Waters of Medeng to Wewak, Vanimo and northern PNG Indonesian border, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters along waters of Medeng. And waters of New Ireland, seas 2 to 3 meters, rising to 4 meters.
And that wraps up another edition of TV1 News. Thanks for your company. Good night.
The TV1 News was proudly brought to you by